At this time, we're ready to bring in that first class of white Romney yearling rams.
Nice Romney yearling ram to represent the first class and the first of the breed out today. Certainly has a gorgeous fleece from end to end. Very nice up-headed, and when he wants to stand, he really looks pretty. Really good ram, and we'll catch him later in Champion Drive.
Our next class will be intermediate ram lambs, Romney white intermediate ram lambs. Placing on the white Romney yearling ram class, first place to entry 4320, Little Hooves 032, Little Hooves Romneys, Charlene Carlisle, Morristown, New Jersey. That ram weighed 257 pounds. We're now ready for and that was also our senior champion ram. We're now ready to show intermediate ram lambs. These animals born February 22nd through and including, or February 2nd through and including February 22nd. The Romney is a long wool sheep that was developed in a marshy area of England. It is the predominant breed in New Zealand. Romneys were first imported into the United States in 1904. While a good dual-purpose breed, Romneys are raised mostly for wool in the United States. Their fleeces are heavy, long, and lustrous. Their wool has the finest diameter of any of the long wool breeds. Romneys can be either white or colored, and we'll see those colored Romneys in a little while whenever we get into that division of the show.
Really nice fleeces on all of these ram lambs. Really appreciate that. They're very bold, they're clean, and they're the same from one end of the sheep to the other end, which is very good. Starting with a ram, yes, he is the biggest ram in the class. He's not there because he's the biggest ram. He's there because I like his profile. Then again, he's got that front end that I like. His head comes up out of his shoulders, and he does a great profile, plus he has a wonderful fleece. Next ram lamb follows pattern very closely. Not as big a package as we have in our first place ram lamb, but a nice fleece from end to end. Nice length of loin. Certainly appreciate that. The next two ram lambs, just a more weathered fleece, but when you dig in there, there's a nice fleece under there. Just don't have the complete package that we have in the first two. Very nice. Thank you.
Now ready for white junior ram lambs. White junior ram lambs, please. Placing on the class of White Romney Intermediate Ram Lambs. First place goes to entry 3196, Hope Hollow 2101, Chunky Monkey. Hope Hollow Farm, the Trojanowski family, East Hampton, Connecticut. That ram weighing 171. Second place to entry 689, Morton 0222. Emma Rogers, Danielson, Connecticut. That ram weighed 178. Third and first in the junior show goes to entry 1483, Higgins 21136. Megan Higgins, Coventry, Connecticut. That ram weighed 142. And fourth and second in the junior show to 1484, Higgins 21137, also Megan Higgins of Coventry, Connecticut.
Here again, we have 3 ram lambs out there that certainly represented the breed. I really appreciate the dark noses and dark feet. They really shine, and plus those fleeces are gorgeous from end to end. They're all the same on each one of those. They really shine out. They're nice, bold crimp like a Romney should be. Starting with a ram lamb that has the front end that I like, long in the loin, nice tail head, which makes him straighter over the top. Really profiles the best in the class. Second place ram lamb follows him similarly, but not as fine as the one in the first place. I'd like to see him a little less bold in the front end that I have in my first place one. And my third place is just a little smaller package, but still a very nice and bold fleece on him.
Our next class will be pair of ram lambs. Placings on the class of junior ram lambs. First place goes to entry 2433, Winding Wicks 2121, Catherine Romas of Chichester, New Hampshire. That ram weighed 155. Second place to entry number 690, Morton 0233, Emma Rogers, Danielson, Connecticut. That ram weighs 140. And third place, second in the junior show, to 2434, Winding Wicks 2125, Catherine Romas, Chichester, New Hampshire. That ram weighing 132. Placing on the pair of ram lambs, first place goes to entry 729, Emma Rogers of Danielson, Connecticut. Second place to Catherine Romas, Chichester, New Hampshire. Third place to Megan Higgins, Coventry, Connecticut. Now ready to show for Open Show Junior Champion and Reserve Junior Champion ram. We do have several viewers watching this remotely, and I want to let them know they can participate in the trivia questions that we ask. And here's the first trivia question. Who judged the 2011 National Romney Show held here at the Big E? 2011 national Romney show held here at the Big E. Who was the judge? And we had an answer out in the ring, and it is Doris Powell from Pennsylvania.
We have 4 very nice rams out here for this junior champion drive. Certainly appreciate the points, the black points and the black feet and the gorgeous fleeces on every one of them. Really appreciate that. For me today, the younger ram lamb is my style of sheep. He's up-headed. He's got that head coming out of his shoulders, and he has a very nice long top, straight top on him. And I appreciate the fleece. Just a hair bit bigger, bolder, and shinier than my first place intermediate, which will be reserved.
Now ready to show for Open Show Grand Champion White Ram. Our Open Show Junior Champion Ram went to entry 2433 out of the Junior Ram Lamb class. Winding Wicks 2121, Catherine Romas of Chichester, New Hampshire. The Reserve Junior Champion to 3196 from the Intermediate Ram Lamb class. Hope Hollow 2101, Chunky Monkey. Hope Hollow Farm, the Trojanowski family, East Hampton, Connecticut.
Here again, good representatives of their breed, nice black points, nice fleeces from end to end. This yearling ram just doesn't want to cooperate very well today, but he is a good ram in his own right and represents the breed very well. But this junior ram lamb is just my style of sheep. I really fell in love with him when he first came into the ring, and he'll be your overall champion, and the yearling will be reserved.
Now ready to show for our Reserve Junior Champion and Reserve Junior Champion. However, the Open Show Grand Champion is 2433, which was will also be our Junior Show Champion. 2433 was Winding Wicks 2121, Catherine Romas, Chichester, New Hampshire. Our Reserve Grand Champion was our Senior Champion out of the Yearling class, 4320, Little Hooves 032. Little Hooves Romneys, Charlene Carlisle, Morristown, New Jersey. We do need to show for Reserve Champion Junior Show, so we need 2434, Winding Wicks 2125 in the ring, and we also need entry 1483, Higgins 21136 in the ring. Our Open Show Grand Champion White Romney Ram received an award from the Southern Oregon Romneys. Following the selection of our Junior Show Reserve Champion Ram, we will show for Best Headed White Romney Ram. Junior Show Reserve Champion White Romney Ram goes to entry 1483, which was our first place junior out of the intermediate Ram Lamb class, Higgins 21136. Megan Higgins, Coventry, Connecticut. Again, now ready to show Best Headed White Romney Ram. Best Headed White Romney Ram goes to our Grand Champion Ram. Entry number 2433 out of the Junior Ram Lamb class, Winding Wicks 2121, Catherine Romas, Chichester, New Hampshire. Now ready to move into our Yearling ewes. White Romney Yearling ewes should enter the ring now, please.
Really a nice class of Romney yearling ewes out here. And my first place yearling ewe is a very profiling, nice up-headed, feminine-fronted yearling ewe with a gorgeous fleece, very bold from end to end. I really appreciate that, and when you open it up, it shines. Next place, second place, follows her in pattern, not quite as feminine up the front line, but a gorgeous fleece from end to end, also very bold crimp. Third place, a little smaller package, but a very nice profiling ewe, nice long loin on her. I really appreciate her fleece from end to end. Next ewe has a little weather, but when you part that fleece, it's really a nice fleece inside, and she profiles very well. One of the longest loin ewes in the class. Fifth place ewe, very nice ewe. I wish she would stand still for 5 minutes so you could really evaluate her profile, but she's got a nice fleece from end to end. Down the line, we have ewes with different fleeces from end to end, different in themselves, and different, a little bolder than I like. I like a little crimpier fleece than on my Romneys.
Our next class will be pair of yearling ewes. Once we get those weights on those top three, pair of yearling ewes will be your next class. Placing on the class of yearling ewes, first place goes to entry 2435, Winding Wicks 2016, Catherine Romas, Chichester, New Hampshire, and that's also first place in our junior show. That ewe weighs 226. Second place to entry number 693, Morton 0210, Emma Rogers, Danielson, Connecticut, that ewe weighing 212. Third place, second in the junior show, to 2436, Winding Wicks 2008, Catherine Romas, Chichester, New Hampshire, that ewe weighs 199. Fourth, third in the junior show, to 1485, Megan Higgins, Coventry, Connecticut. Fifth, to 691, Emma Rogers, Danielson, Connecticut. Sixth place, to entry 692, Emma Rogers, Danielson, Connecticut. Seventh place to 4323, Charlene Carlisle, Little Hooves, Romneys, Morristown, New Jersey. 8 and 4 in the junior show to 1486, Megan Higgins, Coventry, Connecticut. 9 to 4324, Charlene Carlisle, Little Hooves, Romneys, Morristown, New Jersey. And 10 to entry number 1487, Megan Higgins, Coventry, Connecticut. Placing in the pair of yearling ewes, first place to Catherine Romas, Chichester, New Hampshire. Second place, Emma Rogers, Danielson, Connecticut. Third, Megan Higgins, Coventry, Connecticut. And 4, Charlene Carlisle, Little Hooves, Romneys, Morristown, New Jersey. We're now ready for senior ewe lambs. White Romney senior ewe lambs to the ring, please.
Senior ewe lambs, we're starting with a little different or a smaller package than my second place ewe, but this ewe in the first place has a bold fleece and a very even fleece from end to end, where my second place ewe is just changes a little bit bolder, not as crimpy as my first place. Certainly love the profile that the first place ewe has. That head has the feminine front end that I like. Really a complete sheep. Second ewe, yes, she is the biggest sheep in the class. Has a decent fleece, but like I said, it changes in the middle, especially gets a little more bold. Third place, just a smaller package again, not showing me the fleece quality that I have in my first two.
Our next class will be for Senior Champion and Reserve Senior Champion White ewe. Placing on that senior ewe lamb class, first place and open first in the junior show to 24:37. Winding Wicks 21:01. Catherine Aromas, Chichester, New Hampshire. That ewe weighing 164. Second place to entry 694. Morton 0216. Emma Rogers, Danielson, Connecticut. That ewe weighing 176. And third place to entry number 1488. Megan Higgins, Coventry, Connecticut. That ewe is Higgins 201.29 and was second in the junior show, and she weighs 117.
Very nice ewes to represent Romney breed for sure today. I'm sure some of them will go on to Louisville, which is one of our biggest and best shows of the year, and do very well. Certainly love the profile of these two yearling ewes. If she stands still for 5 seconds, she profile much better. But she has a gorgeous fleece from end to end. She's got a good top. When she shows, there she goes. She profiles very nicely, and she will be your champion, and the other yearling will be our reserve.
Our open show senior champion white ewe goes to entry 24:35. Winding Wicks 2016. Catherine Romas, Chichester, New Hampshire. The reserve senior champion goes to the second place yearling ewe 693. Morton 0210. Emma Rogers, Danielson, Connecticut. We're now ready for white intermediate ewe lambs. Here's your second Romney trivia question. And remember, folks watching online can participate in this on their chat. Who had the champion ram, champion ewe, first exhibitors and first breeders flocks, first get of sire, and was named the premier exhibitor and breeder at the 2006 Big E Romney show? That'd be 15 years ago. And half of that group, just half, is sitting on the front row of the bleachers over here. Only half. That's right. The answer is Julian and Moore Sheep Company.
We have several different breed characters in this class and several different kinds of fleeces from end to end in this class. And certainly, you know, I'm starting, yes, with the biggest ewe in the class, but she has the profile that I like. So does the second place one. The second place one is just a little smaller package, but very bold in its fleece and the way she comes out of her top of her shoulders with a head. I love the fleece on this first place ewe. She's really bold from end to end and very complimentary for the top line that she's carrying. My second place ewe, very pretty profile. I'd like to see her keep her back up a little bit better, but a beautiful fleece on this ewe too. Third place ewe, nice fleece on her. I'd like to see her profile a little stronger and bolder to compete with the top two. Down the line, we just have three smaller packages with the different kinds of fleece from end to end, and just not profiling like my top three.
Your next class will be junior ewe lambs, white junior ewe lambs for the Romneys. Results for the intermediate ewe lamb class. First place went to entry number 695, Morton 0221, Emma Rogers, Danielson, Connecticut. That ewe weighed 159. Second place, first in the junior show, goes to entry 2438, Winding Wicks 2109, Catherine Romas, Chichester, New Hampshire. That ewe weighing 134. Third place to 4325, Little Hooves Romneys, Charlene Carlisle, Morristown, New Jersey. That ewe weighing 150. Fourth place, second in the junior show, to 1490, Higgins 21135, Megan Higgins, Coventry, Connecticut. Fifth to 4326, Charlene Carlisle, Little Hooves Romneys, Morristown, New Jersey. Sixth and third in the junior show to 1489, Megan Higgins, Coventry, Connecticut.
Three nice Romney ewe lambs to start to have in this class. Really appreciate the size and scale of them all. My first place ewe just profiles the way I like a profile. I like her head and neck coming up out of her shoulders, and she has a very bold, even fleece from end to end. Nice length of loin, good top line. The second ewe follows her, but not quite as well. She's a little shorter in the flank, a little not as good over the top line, and not carrying the best fleece as I have on my first place one. So ewe lamb here in third, nice ewe lamb, going to be long and probably be a nice yearling ewe come down the line. Just not showing the quality that I need to finish up front of these two in the front.
Now ready for White Romney pair of ewe lambs. Placing on the class of junior ewe lambs, first place to 697, Morton 0232, Emma Rogers of Danielson, Connecticut. That ewe weighed 140. Second place to 696, Morton 0224, also Emma Rogers, and that ewe weighed 135. Third place to entry 4322, Little Hooves Romneys, Charlene Carlisle, Morristown, New Jersey, and that ewe weighed 110. Following our pair class, we will be showing for Open Show Junior and Reserve Junior Champion ewe. Placing on the pair of ewe lambs, first place goes to Catherine Romas, Chichester, New Hampshire. Second place, Emma Rogers, Danielson, Connecticut. Third place to Charlene Carlisle, Little Hooves Romneys, Morristown, New Jersey. And fourth to Megan Higgins, Coventry, Connecticut. We're now ready to show for Junior Champion and Reserve Junior Champion ewe.
For junior champion in the Romney breed. We have 4 very nice representatives of the breed out here, long with nice luscious fleeces. I mean, you'll part them and they just shine out there, and they've got good crimp to them from end to end. Today for Junior Champion, we're going to use the 2 older lambs as champion and reserve.
Our Open Show Junior Champion U goes to entry 695 from the Intermediate U Lamb class, Morton 0221, Emma Rogers, Danielson, Connecticut. The Reserve Junior Champion goes to second place animal in that intermediate class, 2438, Winding Wicks 2109, Catherine Aromas of Chichester, New Hampshire. Now ready to show for Open Show Grand and Reserve Grand Champion U.
Without question, these ewes certainly represent their breed very well. There can't be much better out there anywhere for the competition that we had today. I know the show wasn't that large, but a real quality show. Without saying anything, this yearling ewe represents her breed very well. Nice black points, nice and long, and a gorgeous fleece from end to end. She will be your champion. Reserve will go on our ewe lamb. I really appreciate her profile and the way she has her fleece today.
Our Open Show Grand Champion U goes to 2435, our Senior Champion, out of the Yearling U class, Winding Wicks 2016, Catherine Romas, Chichester, New Hampshire. That is also our Junior Show Champion U. Our Reserve Champion U for the Grand Champion U is 695. Our Junior Champion, 695 out of the Intermediate U Lamb class, Morton 0221, Emma Rogers, Danielson, Connecticut. We do need to show for Junior Show Reserve Champion U, so we need entry 2436, Winding Wicks 2008. We need 2437, Winding Wicks 2101. We also need our intermediate U Lamb from Winding Wicks 2109, entry 2438 in the ring. So we need those 3 animals in to show for Junior Show Reserve Champion. Following this selection of our junior show reserve champion ewe, we will be showing white Romney exhibitor's flock, then breeder's flock, and then get of sire. Then we'll do best headed white Romney, followed by best fleece white Romney. It will be best headed ewe, not just best headed, but best headed ewe. Our reserve champion for the junior show goes to 2437 out of the senior ewe lamb class, Winding Wicks 2101, Catherine Romas, Chichester, New Hampshire. Again, now ready for exhibitor's flock. I'm sorry. We want best headed ewe at this time, and then we'll go to exhibitor's flock. Our grand champion ewe did receive an award presented by the Rogers family of Chepachet, Rhode Island. Best headed ewe goes to our champion ewe, 2435 on the entry number, Winding Wicks 2016, Catherine Romas, Chichester, New Hampshire. Now we are ready for exhibitor's flock. Placing on the exhibitors flock, first place goes to Catherine Romas, Chichester, New Hampshire. Second place to Emma Rogers, Danielson, Connecticut. Third to Megan Higgins, Coventry, Connecticut. And 4 to Little Hooves, Romneys, Charlene Carlisle, Morristown, New Jersey. Now showing breeders flock. Placing on the breeders flock, first place goes to Catherine Romas, Chichester, New Hampshire. Second place to Emma Rogers, Danielson, Connecticut. Third place, Megan Higgins, Coventry, Connecticut. And 4 to Little Hooves, Romney, Charlene Carlisle, Morristown, New Jersey. Now we're ready for Get of Sire. Now we're ready for Best Fleece in the Get of Sire class. First place went to Emma Rogers, Danielson, Connecticut. Second to Megan Higgins, Coventry, Connecticut. Now, again, we're ready for Best Fleece, White Romney. Best fleece for the White Romney show goes to the Junior Ewe Lamb, entry number 697, Morton 0232, Emma Rogers of Danielson, Connecticut. That does conclude the White Romney portion of our show, other than the presentation of our Premier Breeder and Premier Exhibitor Awards. And for those, we need to have Emma Rogers come out. And congratulations goes to Emma Rogers, the honoree receiving the Premier Exhibitor and Premier Breeder Award for the White Romney show. We are now ready to start our natural colored Romneys. We'll need yearling rams. Yearling rams for the natural colored Romneys to the ring, please. With no natural colored Romney senior ram lambs, your next class will be intermediate ram lambs.
This is the way to start our natural colored Romney show. Certainly a bold ram that really has a great fleece from end to end. Certainly needs some more competition because I'm sure he could do very, very well down the line. Thank you.
Placing on the class of yearling rams for the natural colored Romneys, first place goes to entry 1528, Winding Wicks 2002, Melissa Cunningham, Terryville, Connecticut, and that ram weighs 235. We're now ready in the ring for intermediate ram lambs. That first place yearling ram is also our open show senior champion natural colored ram.
Three nice natural colored Romney rams for this class of intermediates. Starting with a ram, just has it all together today. He has the length, he has that clean front end, and he has a very bold, even fleece from end to end. Ram Lamb in second follows him in the pattern that I like most better than my third place ram. Third place ram's probably a little younger and doesn't fit in the second hole as much as I like his fleece. Second ram has a nice fleece too and bold from end to end. Thank you.
Now ready for junior ram lambs. Junior ram lambs to the ring, please. Placing on that class of intermediate ram lambs for the natural colored Romneys, first place goes to entry 2446, Winding Wicks 2115. And that's also our first place in the junior show, Teresa Romas, Chichester, New Hampshire. That ram weighs 156. Second place goes to entry 4328, Little Hooves 150, Little Hooves Romneys, Charlene Carlisle, Morristown, New Jersey. That ram weighs 136. And third place, second in the junior show, goes to 2447, Winding Wicks 2116, Teresa Romas, Chichester, New Hampshire. That ram weighs 130.
Very nice junior natural colored Romney ram lamb. Love his front end, love his length of loin, and over his top he's got a good square dock on him, and I appreciate his fleece from end to end.
Now ready for a pair of ram lambs. Placing on that class of junior ram lambs, first place goes to entry 4335, Little Hooves 1151, Little Hooves Romneys, Charlene Carlisle, Morristown, New Jersey. That ram weighs 116. Again, now ready for pair of ram lambs. We'll follow that with Open Show Junior Champion and Reserve Junior Champion natural colored Romney ram. Placing on the pair of ram lambs for the natural colored Romneys, first place goes to Teresa Romas, Chichester, New Hampshire. Second to Charlene Carlisle, Little Hooves Romneys of Morristown, New Jersey. We're now ready to show for Open Show Junior Champion natural colored ram.
For Junior Champion natural colored Romney today, we're going to go with this young ram lamb. I really love his profile and the way he has his head coming up and his neck and head coming up out of his shoulders. He's really long in the loin and has a very bold fleece. Not taking anything away from my older ram lamb. I appreciate him. He has the same profile. I just think this is a little more fancy for me today, and I really like both of them.
Our junior champion natural colored ram goes to entry 4335, Little Hooves 1151. First out of the junior ram lamb class, Little Hooves Romneys, Charlene Carlisle of Morristown, New Jersey. The reserve junior champion goes to entry number 2446, first in the intermediate ram lamb class, Winding Wicks 2115, Teresa Romas, Chichester, New Hampshire. We're now ready to show for Open Show Grand and Reserve Grand Champion ram.
certainly these rams could stand some more competition down the line, and I'm sure that hopefully they will see some more competition. The ram lamb here in front of me is going to be champion ram. He just is fancy. He just sits out there and profiles very nicely, and he has a gorgeous fleece from end to end. For reserve, we'll go with the yearling buck. Very nice. I really appreciate him. Like to see a little freshness in his fleece, but I understand that's hard in the weather we've been having and the way things are. Congratulations.
Our grand champion, Ram, goes to entry number 4335 from the Junior Ram Lamb class, our junior champion, Little Hooves 1151. Little Hooves Romneys, Charlene Carlisle, Morristown, New Jersey. The reserve champion goes to entry 1528 out of the yearling class, Winding Wicks 2002, Melissa Cunningham, Terryville, Connecticut. We do need those two rams from Winding Wicks, Teresa Romas, in the ring, if you would please, so we can award you the junior show champion and reserve junior show champion. So we'll need entry 2446, Winding Wicks 2115, and also 2447, Winding Wicks 2116. For that grand champion ram, the award was given by Little Hooves Romneys, Charlene Carlisle, Morristown, New Jersey, for the grand champion ram in the natural colored division. We are now ready to move on to yearling ewes. Natural colored yearling ewes for the Romney show, please be gathering over at the end of the show ring. So here is your first question, or actually it's the third question for the trivia. Who exhibited the champion white Romney ewe at the 2011 National Romney Show at the Big E? And the answer is Emma Morton from Rhode Island.
Nice, robust ewe in this yearling ewe class. Certainly appreciate the size and scale she is. She has that profile that I like, the upheadedness and the long body, with a nice fleece from end to end. Second place ewe, the gray ewe, very nice profile. Certainly appreciate that. Like to see a little more uniformity down in the breech on her, but she's a long ewe, and I really appreciate her top line. Very similar to my first place. Third place ewe, little smaller package, but a gorgeous fleece, and that front end that I like is on this ewe. Fourth and fifth ewes, just not the fleece that I have in the top three. Like to see them a little square her over their hips and down their lines. Very nice class of yearling ewes.
Once we weigh back those top three, then we'll go ahead and have our pair class. Placing on the yearling ewes for the natural colored Romney, first place in open and in junior goes to 3556. Higgins 20107. Cadence Higgins, Coventry, Connecticut. That ewe weighed 226. Second place in both the junior and the open goes to entry 2449, Winding Wicks 2014. Teresa Romas, Chichester, New Hampshire. That ewe weighs 212. And third place to entry number 094. Pardon me, to 4330, Little Hooves 094, Little Hooves Romneys, Charlene Carlisle, Morristown, New Jersey. Fourth place, third in the junior show, goes to 2448, Teresa Romas, Chichester, New Hampshire. And 5 to 4329, Little Hooves Romneys, Charlene Carlisle, Morristown, New Jersey. Placing on the pair of yearling ewes, first place goes to Teresa Romas, Chichester, New Hampshire. Second to Little Hooves Romneys, Charlene Carlisle, Morristown, New Jersey. Now ready for senior ewe lambs. Following this class, we will show Open Show Senior Champion Natural Colored ewe.
Two nice Romney ewe lambs, younger ewe lambs out here in this class. Certainly love the profile of my number one ewe lamb. She profiles very nicely, a nice feminine front end, long loin. I appreciate that very much. Second ewe does not have the uniformity of fleece that I have in my first one, but certainly appreciate her size and scale.
This time we're ready to show for Open Show Senior Champion and Reserve Senior Champion ewe. Placing on the Senior Ewe Lamb class, first place to 43.33, Little Hooves 109. Little Hooves Romney, Charlene Carlisle, Morristown, New Jersey, and that ewe weighed 99 pounds. Second place to 4331, Little Hooves 114. Also Little Hooves Romney, Charlene Carlisle, Morristown, New Jersey, and that ewe weighed 120.
Very nice profiling sheep. Certainly appreciate their size and scale, and the fleeces on these ewes really nice from end to end. And I appreciate their top lines. They're really square of their hips and down their spines. They're really correct and well. And like I've said all day and yesterday, I like a front end. I like a femininity. I like that head and neck coming right out of their shoulders, and that's the way I like them, and square over their hips. Today, these yearling ewes are here today. Really appreciate the size and scale. They'll be your champion in reserve.
Open Show Senior Champion and Reserve Senior Champion ewes. The senior champion was 35.56. Higgins 201.07, Cadence Higgins Coventry, Connecticut. Out of the yearling U class, the reserve was second in that yearling U class, entry 2449, Winding Wicks, 2014, Teresa Romas, Chichester, New Hampshire. We're now ready for natural colored intermediate ewe lambs. So here is the final question for the day. Who exhibited the best-headed Romney at the 2011 National Romney Show at the Big E? Anchorage Farm of New York.
Three nice Romney ewe lambs. Certainly appreciate the size and scale these lambs are. Love the fleece on this gray ewe. Sometimes the fleece changes in the grayer than the darker area, but this ewe is very uniform from end to end. And there again, she has the front end that I love. Head and neck come right up out of her shoulders. Second ewe follows her in the similar pattern. I really appreciate the fleece on this ewe, very uniform even down in the breech. Just doesn't have the length of loin and the top that I have in my first place ewe. Third place ewe, nice in her own right, just not competitive today with the top two.
get those 3 weighed, and then we'll have a pair of ewe lambs. Placing on the natural colored intermediate ewe lamb class, first place goes to entry number 4332, Little Hooves 145, Little Hooves Romneys, Charlene Carlisle, Morristown, New Jersey. That ewe weighed 122. Second place to 2451, Winding Wicks 2113, Teresa Romas, Chichester, New Hampshire, and that was also first in our junior division. That ewe weighed 135. Third place, second in the junior division, 2450, Winding Wicks 2102, Teresa Romas of Chichester, New Hampshire. That ewe weighed 126. Placing on the pair of ewe lambs, first place goes to Teresa Romas, Chichester, New Hampshire. Second to Little Hooves Romney, Charlene Carlisle, Morristown, New Jersey. Also the 4332 Little Hooves 145 was our junior show champion, or junior champion for the open show. And 2451 Winding Wicks 2113 was our open show reserve junior champion. We're now showing for open show grand champion natural colored Romney ewe. Little Hooves Romneys, Charlene Carlisle, Morristown, New Jersey, presents the award for the natural colored grand champion ram, and the grand champion ewe is presented by Birds of a Feather Farm, Coventry, Connecticut. Also, the American Romney Breeders Association presents awards for both the premier exhibitor and breeder for the natural colored division.
We've had a heck of a natural colored and white Romney show today, and these breeders have brought out some really nice sheep that certainly go on and maybe to Louisville and do very well. Please give them a round of applause. They've been working very hard to do what they do and love to do. For Champion U overall, we're going to give it to the Yearling ewe, and for Reserve, we're going to give it to the ewe lamb.
Our grand champion ewe goes to entry 3556, our senior champion out of the yearling ewe class, Higgins 20107, Cadence Higgins, Coventry, Connecticut. The reserve grand champion is our junior champion 4332. 4332 came from the intermediate ewe lamb class, Little Hooves 145. Little Hooves, Romneys, Charlene Carlisle, Morristown, New Jersey. Also, our grand champion ewe, 3556, is our junior show champion. We do need to show for reserve junior show champion, so we need entry 2449, Winding Wicks 2014, and we need entry 2451 from the intermediate ewe lamb class, Winding Wicks 2113, out here to show for reserve junior show champion ewe. And our junior show reserve champion natural colored ewe goes to our second place in that natural colored yearling ewe class, which was 2449. Second to our grand champion ewe, Winding Wicks 2014, Teresa Romas, Chichester, New Hampshire. We're now ready to do exhibitor's flock. Exhibitor's flock. We'll do exhibitor's flock, breeder's flock, and then we'll do natural colored best headed and natural colored best fleece. We don't have any entries in the Get of Sire class. Placing on the Romney Natural Colored Exhibitors Flock, first place goes to Teresa Romas, Chichester, New Hampshire. Second place to Little Hooves, Romneys, Charlene Carlisle, Morristown, New Jersey. Placing on the Breeders' Flock, first place to Teresa Romas, Chichester, New Hampshire. Second place to Little Hooves, Romneys, Charlene Carlisle, Morristown, New Jersey. We are now ready for Natural Colored Best Headed. Best Headed is the next class. Natural Colored Best Headed goes to entry 2449 from the Natural Colored Yearling U Class, Winding Wicks 2014, Teresa Romas, Chichester, New Hampshire. We're now ready for Natural Colored Best Fleece. Best natural colored fleece for the Romney show goes to entry number 4335, the Junior Ram Lamb, our Junior Ram Lamb champion out of the Junior Ram Lamb class, Little Hooves 1151, Little Hooves Romneys, Charlene Carlisle of Morristown, New Jersey. At this time, we need Charlene Carlisle to come over to the announcer's desk, if she would, please. This is to make our order on the ice cream so she gets the right flavors. Actually, we want to congratulate Charlene for winning both the Premier Exhibitor and the Premier Breeder Award at this year's Natural Colored Romney show. That does conclude our shows for today. Our judge has been Mary Ann Johnson from Ohio. We will begin tomorrow morning at 8:30 with Shetlands.